first, Ed. Nice to meet you. So we don't want to take too much of your time today, so we're going to show you a quick presentation. We'll move on to the demonstrations, then at the end we'll have a couple of questions for you. Enterprise resource planning, so it integrates, as per the picture, figure 1, integrates all aspects of the business, so sales, inventory management, purchasing. Some advantages of it are it saves the business time and expenses, so really works on efficiencies of making sure everything kind of integrates together.
This is a demonstration of the Tempia, the ERP system.
Can you please describe the organisational structure of your company?
Harris Pike Group has around 1,200 employees and as well as various contractors. The gross revenue of over $100 million a year. Specifically speaking, Harris Pike Group has a general project structure where each project's directed by a project manager and he has people working underneath him. Yep. Depending on what project we're on, we answer to the lead for that project for anywhere around the world.
So what kind of systems do you have in place for accounting and operations?
At Harris Pike Australia we use Mind Your Own Business, MYOB accounting software, and we have a office manager here that takes care of all the invoicing and purchases. Yep. On a group scale, we use a lot of Microsoft Excel to keep account of all the accounts, where they're at, and they have their own accounting software.
So what would be useful in having an ERP system for the functionality of this company?
Is managing all the contractors and employees. Yep. With 1,200 employees, it's almost ludicrous that Harris Pike Group doesn't have a system in place to manage where all those employees are and where they're working at.
Why do you think that that Harris Pike doesn't have a system in place for that at the moment?
The company's just grown so rapidly that they need to put more middle management in place. Yeah. And the company's grown faster than the management style allowed. Yep. And so that's what. Yeah. So an ERP, this is sort of the time where they need to start instigating all the MYOB. You could that'll cope with all the accounting side of it fine. Yeah, yeah. But it's just all the stock control and the employee control.
The advantage and disadvantage of your current ERP system.
Utilize local tax laws. It's great with GST. Disadvantages. It's not as comprehensive as the ERP system you were showing me, and in terms of managing staff, as I said before.
The ERP system could be linked to your company organisation strategy.
If Harris Pike was to adopt an ERP system, it would put a lot more systems in place to know where employees are, what skills they've got, which would be quite integral because we've got a lot of multi-skilled labour. So there are some jobs that would be more suited to certain staff that have got multiple skills, because then you could have 1 or 2 or 3 guys on board rather than 6 that are only trained in one element.
Can you tell me what costs is currently incurred in accounting and distribution of the company?
We have around about a $50,000 accounting budget, some of which goes to the office manager for her time, some of which goes on the subscription costs for MYOB. And we also outsource an accountant to look over the books. In terms of distribution, we're a service company, so the costs incurred are getting service personnel out to a ship, but that's all been kept track of in MYOB at the moment, because that with that system, you put all your invoices in there, you put your costs in there, and it spits out all that.
What budget could the company contemplate for an ERP system?
For a company this size, group-wide, including time to be, like the time that it would take to train everyone and input all the initial information, talking like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to undertake that. The way the company is run, it's more of a reactionary company, so they, when something goes wrong, they'll have a little quick look at it and try and work out why it went wrong, and then the people involved will try and ensure that doesn't happen again. But there needs to be more of a group-wide communication in order to avoid those sort of events.
So you reckon communication is the key factor?
Definitely.
For Harris Pie Australia and the Harris Pie Group as a whole, I think they're at a stage at the moment where they're really going to be finding that they're going to have to start at some stage soon implementing an ERP system.
If they grow anymore, they might get overwhelmed with their spreadsheets and MYOB.
Like their history as a company is like a small technical business with a lot of experts and not very many engineers, and they're relying at the moment on for their suppliers and their. From what he was saying in the interview, it needs a human resource, some form of human resource planning. And if that's not integrated within MYOBs, then they'll need to change systems.
Yeah, because they'll need definitely ERP over MYOB.